Hey, it's Alicia from Indie 1023. Time for another session at home. And look who's joining me from her home in Los Angeles. I've got singer songwriter LP here. Hello.
What's up? How's everybody doing? Good to
I
see
hope
you.
everyone's good. And I want to know how you're doing. Thank you so much for
Uh,
taking some time to chat.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm like, things are starting to pop a little bit. Went out to a bar last week. That was interesting. People like breathing in your face and shit. It's like, all right, cool. Time to start chewing gum again, people. Get back into that. But yeah, it was like wild to be there again. And I there's a lot of shows coming up, and that's exciting. And yeah, I'm like, I just finished my record this week or like the end of last week, and I'm very yeah, I have that weird kind of before the record drops kind of feeling where you just like try not to get like any expectations. I try to just like be excited.
So is it like butterflies almost or
I
pre-butterflies?
wouldn't call it butterflies. I
Nerves?
feel like I stay away from it. Like honestly, I'm just like it's like a satisfaction, and but then it's a little bit of a like there's this anticipation because you don't want to like I said, the whole expectation thing is just like shit, don't do that, like careful with that. And but then at the same time you want to like stay buoyant and excited and not like oops, I'm gonna hit the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel ya. Okay, so without talking too much, well, I am going to ask you about the new album, but here's the thing. All right. First things first, I want to say we're crazy about this single at Indie 1023. How low can you go? We give
Oh,
it
nice.
major airplay
Cool.
all the time. Hello to the little flyer around.
Oh, wow. That's someone leaving the door open all day. My ex didn't like the door open, and now I love the door open,
See?
so.
So we're giving that single so much love. We hear from our listeners that they enjoy that song so much. Can you tell us a little bit about putting that together?
Um, that song was actually a long in the process. Like often, like most every record I have is always got a song that is like you know anywhere like from like 3 to 5 years old. This one I think was like maybe almost 3 years old, and this fly is like killing it in here, and it was like it was getting put together for a while, and I remember I was like, I wanted it on the last record, but then it was like we just didn't finish it. Like it didn't have that extra part in it. And tried to get, I'm very serious about like if a song's not done because it happened one time. I won't tell you the song that was on a record that I was just like I knew it wasn't done. It needed another part, and I let it slide, and I was forever pissed about it. So this one, I needed a part, and I waited and wrote the part beforehand. But it was really cool how we were um, we were looking through like we're trying to get inspired for a beat, and I remember there was this artist, also can't be named. Sorry, take it to the grave, but like and I said, "Oh man, last time like we were playing her song, and I was like, last time I saw her, we did Coke in the Closet at the Chateau Marmont." And I mean, sorry, people, like sorry the image is shattered, but shit happens. And so and then Nate was like, "Yo, that should be a line in the song," and so I started the song with it, and yeah, it was a journey.
And I love that Chateau Marmont line. It just really like sets it up and like puts you in the mood. It's like, oh, this is the vibe. We're getting
Yeah.
sultry. We're getting, you
Yeah,
know,
man, it was a Grammy party. I remember,
love.
and yeah, it was lots of fun people, and it just like and I just use it as a metaphor for like my like people, women I've met and had like moments with, and then and I didn't have a moment with this person, but just a social moment. But yeah, it was interesting.
Cool. The music video for it was really hot.
Mm, yeah. It was. It continued later on after that. We made a little thing of it.
That well,
Yeah.
that's cool. And did you do that? So I think what because we've been playing the single for a while, I always try to indulge our audience with different things about what I've read about this song. And you went down to Mexico to record this, right?
Yep,
Like, and is that
I
where the
did.
music video was shot?
It was shot in Cabo, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, in and around Cabo. That's also where we did a sizable, I don't know, like probably like half the record was recorded there because it was like it was what we thought was the last session in a uh for the record. But then the pandemic, because I probably would have done maybe a couple songs while I was on the road, maybe. But I think we were kind of like that was going to be the record. And then I wound up doing another during the pandemic. I wound up doing another um session in Palm Springs in July, and that yielded a few songs too that are on the record. So it was part of the journey.
All right, so I'm fishing a little bit. So I have a feeling "How Low Can You Go" is going to be on the new album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All the singles that have been released so far, the one that you love, How Low
Mhm.
Can You Go, and One Last Time, are
One
all on
last
the record.
time. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's another good one. Okay, so here's what we know about the album that's coming out this year because you haven't given the big reveal of it yet.
No.
What else can you share besides that those singles are going to be on it?
Uh, well,
A little.
it's the most songs I've ever done. Apropos of what I was saying about like having extra songs, it's like, it's gonna have like 14 songs on it. It's got like, there's like this fly is on the record, by the way. This exact fly, this noise. We
I was.
sampled this guy. He's actually my friend, like that's why he's like all over the place, or she's all over the place because they are all over the place.
Okay.
It's a they them fly, sorry. But it's like, they want recognition and I'm not. You're on the record. Okay, we
Okay,
get it,
you're in the liner notes. Get over it, Fly.
Wow. But anyway, it's good. It's gonna be good. There's a cool outro. There's a cool intro and an outro. I'll give you that. How's that?
Okay, I'm so into that. So the single that you mentioned, "One Last Time," that's another one that you have out. We've been playing it on the radio,
Mhm.
and I just love kind of what you do musically, and especially with the singles that you've dropped so far. There's this like cross-cultural pop sound to it, but I also
Hey,
get a little bit of like Ennio Morricone as well.
there you go, for
Like,
sure. Oh yeah,
just the
man.
little whistling and stuff that I can hear,
Yeah.
like the subtleties. So you can vibe
Yeah.
with that? Is that
Always, yeah. I mean, that was the thing. I think, one of the hardest parts, as far as me and my climb and the way it went down for me, as far as, you know, my career, I think like I definitely, um, I, I grew into my sound and it was difficult to, I remember like when I think about back to my first major label deal in like 2006 and like them putting me in all these different directions and it was just like not comfortable. And then 3 years of that nonsense, and then I thought I was just going to be a songwriter for other people, and then I started writing all these different genres and songs, and that's when I feel like I really started to like kind of get a grasp of like myself as an artist, which was interesting. A lot of artists go through that when they go through the I'm only going to be a songwriter mode, because like it's really about the song and like, and I think genre is like kind of a passe
mm,
thing now,
yeah.
or it should be. I mean, I don't think that like you need to subscribe to genre anymore, and I don't think I ever did naturally. So, but everyone wanted to like, it's like, oh, you're gonna have that like that dyke who sings rock and roll, sick, like we already have one on the label, but we can get another one. It's like, right. So anyway, I just did what the ever the hell I wanted to do, and then I just started, doing well and making fans and making money, and I would encourage anybody else to do the same. Yeah.
So I'm curious, has this last year with the pandemic and all the delays on so much been good for you as a
Whatever do
musician?
you mean?
Yeah.
Has it been good for me as a musician? Yes and no. I mean, uh, it's an exercise in adapting again. I mean, I feel like, but I already that's like blueprint for my career, the waiting thing. It's like there's been so many different times where I was like not in control of when I was going to get to go out there, and this felt a little like that, except but not. I was just so grateful that I had already got a foothold in the world, and I was able to release music and make music, and that appreciation, as usual, my sense of appreciation for everything I've been given in this life and in this career, just kept me going, and so I was, to be honest, forever inspired. I don't think that, like, I mean, I think it's one of the most inspirational times we've ever been through. I mean, never in the war in the history of civilization have we been disconnected throughout a worldwide event. Like, people, there were plagues, there have been plagues throughout time, and not everybody knew about them, at the same time. I knew that we were all going through, or been in like this kind of like tank of like empathy and commiseration and compassion, like for other people's shit, and so I thought it was pretty inspirational, as far as like the emotional impact it had on me. So yeah, I think it had its impact on me as a musician. It made me feel, again, not to harp on it, but even more appreciative of like the fact that we can do all this shit. Like, like the other day in the bar, I think like I saw some people walk in there and just go, whoa. Like,
Mhm.
I haven't done this in a year and a half. How weird, And yeah, I mean, my song One Last Time is kind of about like kind of like thinking about if you could get back to like what you had like one last time. I mean, I feel like, I know we're about to like jump into the roaring 20s over here, it's going to be something else. And so I think if nothing else, it gave me more inspiration and more appreciation, and I don't know if it made me a better singer, but I definitely had to, like, this live stream bullshit. If I never see the inside of someone's freaking house again, it might be too soon. It's like, hey, you want to come over? No, I don't want to come over. Let's go out. Like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to FaceTime you in your house. Nothing.
Must
Never again.
touch you.
Yeah, come over here so I can just like bite your nose. Yeah.
When you released your Live in Moscow record last May during the pandemic, did you always know when you wanted to put out a live record that it was going to be this Moscow recording? Like, did you set out to do that,
No,
or?
I wanted it to be, I think in the running was uh Madrid and like Turkey or something like that, like, but I wanted to be some, I mean, you can't ever beat, I mean, I'm sure like, some people don't know about this, right? But you can't beat live at Budokan, like as far as names go, the exotic, Budokan. The hell is that? I didn't even know it was a place when I first discovered that record, and um but I wanted something that was exotic. I felt like Moscow was like interesting because I remember like even my friends going like, "You do well in Russia?" I'm like, "I do actually." And they're like, "How is that possible?" And I'm like, "Because they're awesome there. Like, I love it." And but yeah, but I remember like, those shows always had a lot of energy. I just happened to like that particular night that I played, and it just kind of happened.
Yeah, I was wondering how intentional that was, because like here in Denver,
Yeah.
we have Red Rocks, so a lot of people love,
Oh yeah.
recording and
Yeah.
releasing an iconic show there and stuff.
Yeah.
You mentioned like overseas and being popular, like, and friends being surprised that you're popular in Moscow, but like
Yeah.
you've been a global artist and have number one songs all over. You've got diamond status, billions of
Mhm.
streams,
Mhm.
worldwide at this point. But I'm curious about like your Italian roots. Like, is your family excited about that because you're big in Italy?
Yeah, I mean, I think, both my parents passed away. My like kind of nuclear family is a little
Mhm.
bit in the ether.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think my cousins are definitely like, wow, I don't think they haven't I don't think they truly have grasped the situation, like, because they haven't been over there yet to
Uh-huh.
see it. I mean, it's but yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, I'm sure my my grandparents and everybody are like, whoa, weird.
hmm It's June. It's Pride Month, a month that
Mm,
recognizes the
yeah.
LGBTQIA community. how do you celebrate the impact of this month that means so much to so many?
Uh, well, I usually try to wake up next to a woman, so that's my usually my goal. And then I go, "Oh, yay! Okay, thank God, it wasn't a dream." Yeah, no, I mean, I, I just, revel in the the awareness and the happiness of what a lot of people before me built up for me. I just like kind of try to appreciate all the shit that people went through so that I could sit here and just be a douche on a interview with a lovely woman. I just like it's great, and we worked so hard, but it's like it's also a glacial process. Like just by me being me, I am like hopefully letting someone else know that like it's possible. It's like you're you know just keep that like the dandelion growing up in the crack of the sidewalk, and just being like, sorry, still happening.
Yep.
Yeah, not a weed whacker or a liquid that could fight this shit. Sorry.
Amen. Amen to that. You turned your song Strange into visual art for Pride Month.
I did it. Yeah, it was very tough. I mean, it was like bending a spoon times a billion. It was deep.
Amazing. No, I love that. And people can see that on your Instagram. And I thought
Mm.
before we go, can we do like a little speed round of rando questions?
I hate these, but sure.
Okay. Well, shoot. But
It's like a Rorschach painting. It's like, what do you see?
yeah.
What
All
do you see?
right.
A vagina.
Okay. Okay.
What
Just
else do
throw
you
it
see?
out there. Just
Oh,
say
I just lost
pass
my train
if
of
you
thought.
hate the question.
Unfollow. All right, go ahead.
And then, okay. First speed round question. Favorite summertime food?
Oh, wow. Watermelon. Love it.
Oh my God. Yes. What do you put on it?
Yes, it's good. It's so good. I don't put anything on it. I'm a purist. Yeah,
So good. All right.
yeah.
Best favorite summertime drink?
Oh, I guess like always a good margarita, always in favor of that, like a good like spicy margarita, I guess,
Oh, heck
with good tequila, not and like light, not skinny per se, but like none of that's
yeah.
crazy stuff.
Sugary. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that. All right. You're a queer icon, but who's yours?
No, you're a queer.
You know,
What did you
you're
call
a
me?
queer icon.
Queer icon?
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury, man.
Oh my God, 100%. Another a pride-filled question. What's your favorite color in the pride flag?
Green,
Ah,
which
okay.
goes to my Trevor project, my exchange into visual art.
Yes,
Green. I love green.
green is
Mm.
good. Okay, you've written for Cher, Celine Dion, Christina Aguilera, Backstreet Boys, Rihanna. Of the artists that you've written songs for, what's your favorite?
I mean, I think the Rihanna song because it was like, something I really like. I like if you would have told me I could have like had written a song for Rihanna like 10 years before, I'd have been like, no way, dude. I would have like, it just seemed like something I would not get to or be able to like, get in that genre or whatever, and yeah, so it was really cool. And also it was really cool because I think I was very surprised that she sang it, except for like that, it's like one of her little Rihanna isms that she sang it exactly like I sang the demo, and I was like, oh, sick, because I just pictured her being like changing it completely, and so I was pleasantly surprised.
I love that. What's the last movie or show that you've watched?
Oh, the last movie. Oh, I watched in keeping with Pride. I watched this show called Feel Good. I never heard of it, and I just stumbled upon it. And this woman named Mae Martin is in it, and they're great. Very cool and funny and unexpected. I was just like, oh wow! And then I went on Instagram to find or to follow her, and she was following me, and I was like, oh shit, how cool!
I
Yeah.
love that. What's your favorite use of a song of yours in a movie or a show?
I mean, the use of Muddy Waters at the end of I think it's the fourth season of Orange is the New Black. That was pretty sick. And that was like, a lot of people hit me up and were like, it really like it was a tone for that whole thing. And I was like, wow, that's pretty sick. So down.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, last random speed round. Slow
Last of the
speed.
randos. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's your blood type?
How did you know? How about describe your upcoming album in a few words?
um, long, overdue. No,
Oh,
it's emotional as usual, anthemic as usual, and spiritual.
that's good. Can't wait to hear the full thing. Can't wait to hear some announcements coming up soon, maybe touring in the near future as well. And
Yeah.
LP, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you frozen again.
Ah,
Thank
wait,
you. Thank you. Sorry for the potty mouth here and there, but screw it.
yeah, we're online.
Mm.
It's cool. That's how it is. Hey,
Hey,
thank you so much. And this has been
thank
another
you.
session from Indie 1023.
Yeah. Thanks, Alicia.
All right. Thanks, LP. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.